welcome to the Grenglish Show, another special Fringe edition here from the Fringe Club. Today's special guest, an honour to have him on the show, an acclaimed comedian, a stand-up comedian who has won a few awards, both here in Australia as well as overseas. Please welcome Jon Bennett. Jon.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome to the show, how are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
That's good.
It's Clipsal at the moment, that's what all those
I know, what's going
massive
on?
explosions are. Apparently all the cars are blowing up. Sounds like it's terrible.
It does. Sounds like a war zone. However, this will not stop our interview.
Yeah.
Now, what an amazing journey you have gone through from 2007 with awards and amazing reviews, which I really want to go through. I mean, you read at the Australian, the Sunday Mail, sorry. Armed only with self-deprecating wit and memories, Bennett reminds us that ordinary people lead ordinary lives.
Yeah.
This is truly amazing, and you have led a very extraordinary life. Another one, a brilliant Rip It Up magazine, a wonderful storyteller at the top of his game, full of heart and packed with laughter. This is how storytelling should be done. And we're about to do some storytelling here today at the Grenglish Show. Well, so how is the Fringe going so far here in Adelaide?
It's pretty good, it's pretty good. Adelaide is always where I do a new show, I try out a new show. So
Why do you pick Adelaide for that?
Because it's pretty hard. So you
No, go for it.
You get used to if you can make, 10 people in an audience laugh or respond, then it's going to work elsewhere when you're doing it to, hundreds, and that's how you sort of work out what works and what doesn't. And
Sure,
yeah.
sure. Now, you just finished the Perth Fringe.
Yes.
With a few shows there. How did that go?
That was great. Perth is really good. It's very different. They have a lot of money and a lot of time because it's all the miners flying in and flying out. So we sold out almost every show in Perth.
Wow. I was going to say, were you asked to perform at at the mining hole?
Oh no, some of my friends do that, but no,
wow.
yeah, it's interesting. The mining, you can do the mining gigs, which are always which are weird ones, but yeah.
I can just imagine. But anyhow, well, back to Adelaide. You brought here a fantastic show, which I was honoured enough to see.
Yeah.
Jon Bennett. It's a rabbit night.
Yeah.
Why on earth a rabbit and not a pig?
It's Rabbit Night is a show that it's a spot that I've been doing in festivals around. So I did it. It started in Edinburgh in Scotland, where I had a rabbit outfit that I wore as part of my show, My Dad's Deaths, and I just had it, and I did a spot where you've got to do something that you've never done before. Mm-hmm. So I put this rabbit outfit on, and then threw carrots into the audience, yelling, "It's Rabbit Night! It's Rabbit Night!" And then slowly I realize that no one else is dressed as a rabbit, and then I get angry and I storm off. So that's how that concept started. And so now the show that's how it starts, with all little clips and still throwing carrots out, and then realizing that no one is dressed as a rabbit, so now I have to fill for the rest of the time.
Fair enough, which sounds quite funny.
Yeah.
It's also a storytelling as well.
Yeah.
We're not going to reveal everything because people have to come and see the show to enjoy it. However, it's also a storytelning. You're telling a very personal story, which we won't go through now, like I said. How has the audience here in Adelaide welcomed the Rabbit show?
Well, it's very interesting. It's it's a different kind of show. It's gotten really good reviews for some. At the first, like I said, when you run in a show, the first show I did, I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't understand what this is. What have I? You do it every time. You go, what have I done? But then it got really good reviews, which is very weird. But yeah, I had my friend's mum came last night, and she was just her and her husband sat right up the front, and it's a very I talk about some things that you don't really want to talk about in front of your friend's mum, that sort of stuff. And my parents came as well, and it's just, yeah.
Well,
it's been interesting.
It has been. Like I said, I've seen it. I loved it. I mean, everyone's different.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back in time a little bit. You started it off in Melbourne, doing storytelling nights in Melbourne. But it really kicked off. You really took off in 2007 with this amazing concept of taking photos of objects, pretending it's your cock or a cock.
Yeah. That just started as a thing. My housemate took some photos of me. It was about when Facebook sort of started.
Yep.
And we were just being stupid in our house, being idiots. Like I'd be brushing my teeth and then I'd just go, "Hey Simon," like that. Like anyone does, like if you're just being really silly. And then he started taking photos of me around the house and he posted it online and it became quite popular with our friends. And then he turned it into this blog and everything, and then
Wow.
it sort of became this thing that I was doing, and then I traveled around the world.
And you have already published a book.
It's a book. That is that's the third edition there.
Oh my God! So you've got
there are
about
5 editions now.
and I'm sure more to go. 'Cause
Yeah,
there's heaps.
they just keep adding more and
so
more.
this is the book here,
Yeah.
Pretending Things Are a Cock. Well, there
Yeah.
you go. If you've got an obsession with that particular body part,
I
you
don't
can
know.
Just enjoy
It's
it.
just a thing. Yeah. Actually, I went to Athens last year, so
Oh, wow.
so there is a cockalypse. Yeah. We tried to work in a pun of a cock and Acropolis, but there we made the Acropolis a cock.
A cock.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I think the ancient Greeks would have enjoyed and appreciated it a bit
Yeah,
more,
yeah.
considering they were sexually orientated.
Yeah.
On a different sort of level.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's, that's different. But anyhow, now you've been everywhere else in the world, in the UK, in the Edinburgh Fringe Festival,
Yep.
the San Diego, where you won an award as well, the Critics Award, Critics'
Yeah.
Choice Award.
Yep.
How does that feel when you just won all these awards?
It's very interesting. Like I've been doing this for about 12 years now, and it's only been the last 5 or something where you start getting good reviews and you start getting awards and things like that. And it's constantly a thing where you just think, oh yeah, well, it doesn't. I don't know about the awards thing. It's good because it gives you a thing to put on posters and get audiences
Fair
in.
enough.
That's the main thing about it. The Critics Award in San Diego was quite funny because I was living with the head critic for the main paper in San Diego, and I don't know if he pulled some strings or something like that. He did really enjoy me as an old man who I'd just have a coffee with every morning and chat with, and but that was very funny. But yeah.
Now, you've done a few other shows, obviously. One is called Fire in the Meth Lab.
Yeah.
What was it all about?
That is about my brother here he lives in South Australia, and him him having an addiction, and how that happens, how that forms as a kid, and I go through his addictions up until him having a meth lab and he blew himself up in a meth lab and went to jail, and it tells that story of how he became that person and why two brothers can go different directions, and how country upbringing. My parents are very religious, and so he had quite a structured religious upbringing, and whether that's he was rebelling against that or what creates an addict.
Sure.
The sort of the nature versus nurture.
And you actually made
argument.
that a comedy or similar sort of...
Yeah, it's
thing.
very dark, serious, but I go through our childhood and talk about the things he did, and it's a funny story.
And of course,
With a very dark and sad ending, but
Sure.
but
that's
yeah.
John Bennett, though. That's your style, which...
Yeah, I put a lot of pathos and sort of I like the challenge of making something that shouldn't be funny.
So do you take life seriously, or even the bad side of life, you put a funny spin to it?
Yeah, like if anything happened, because I started doing stand-up, and then I sort of turned to a more storytelling style, and yeah, whenever anything sort of serious is happening, I always think this could be something for a show one day, which is a terrible way to think, but there is always...
Even the Acropolis on a cock shape, well, that's...
Yeah. I always wait, like, if I get arrested or something like that, I think, oh, God, this will be great.
That's
Yeah.
a great story.
Yeah, so I've got a whole other show. The show I did last year called Story Whore is based around me being detained in the Montreal airport because the security found a can of pepper spray in my carry-on luggage, which I forgot was there, and then, I got detained and searched, and it's all based around that.
Okay, well, we should have done you could do a story about my mum when she was stopped at the airport in New Zealand, when she had some church flowers and they thought it was drugs.
Oh, right.
And they
Yep,
put
that's
her on
great.
the side, questioning her. I'm like, she was like red. She was about to faint. and I had to intervene speaking English and said, look, this is just church flowers, you can test it for yourself.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, I mean, you know, that happens.
Yeah.
So we have another couple of shows for the Adelaide Fringe remaining. One is tonight.
Yep. And tomorrow.
And tomorrow, yep. So what time and what venue?
8:30 at the Coffee Pot, which is down Rundle Mall on James Street, just on the corner. It's very hard to find. You have to climb about, I don't know, 7 flights of stairs to get up to the top to the tiny little hot room. It's a nice little, it's a weird little theatre which is very suitable for my show, but
and
yeah.
there is a surprise in that show. I won't reveal what the surprise is, but you better go and check it out yourselves. If you like carrots and the cute rabbits, go.
Free carrots you get.
Free carrots as well. You know, I don't know if they're organic or not, but that's another story. That's another story. Okay, John, I want to thank you so very much for being on the show. Good luck with the remaining of your shows here at the Adelaide Fringe. Ladies and gentlemen, a true legend, John Bennett, today and tomorrow here at the Adelaide Fringe. Don't miss this one out. It's really worth it if you really like comedy at the next level. Thank you so very much, my friend.
Thank you.
No problem.
Cheers.